At Albert Lee Seed, one of our core values is focusing on farmer success. And so we think not only can we help, but it's our duty to get involved and help the grower, particularly the organic farmer, solve some of these problems. In this case, speed to canopy and yield with advanced microbials.
Project Trusted Insights is a program developed by our new president and CEO, Brett Bell. When we hired Brett, we knew we were going to get a great CEO with a ton of experience running businesses in the ag space. But the bonus that we didn't realize we were getting is that he had a great deal of experience in the biological sphere. And I've always felt that biologicals held immense promise for organic farmers because it just makes sense that they could be integrated into organic farms if they were produced in a way that allowed them to be used on an organic farm. But we have not had the internal resources to really grapple with it. At one point, it's estimated there's over 1,000 companies in the United States trying to sell biologicals to farmers, and it's a little bit like the Wild West. Which ones work, which ones don't work, which ones work for corn, which ones work for soybeans, which ones improve soil or plant health, which ones bring more yield. There's just so many unknowns there. How do you sort that all out? So what Brett has brought, with his background and some of his previous jobs, he's had experience with biologicals and has a lot of contacts throughout the industry, as well as knowledge of how to do the research.
I'm Brett Bell, President and CEO of Albert Lee Seed. I've been with the organization, a couple of weeks. Max spins around in his chair and he says, hey, we got to get better at this whole advanced microbial thing. Like, all right, let me give it some thought. We'll structure a project and we'll get after it. There's a whole host of advanced microbials on the market today, and we think we can use our capabilities to better determine which one of those advanced microbials could be used by our customers. Secondly, and this is where the name Trusted Insights came from, we're leveraging our joint venture relationship with Encore Genetics based in Kelly, Iowa, to actually perform the research and in doing so, develop insights into how these products perform on various hybrids and various conditions, and then use those insights to make better decisions around what seed treatments to use and what products our farmers should be using on their farm. Simply stated, organic growers don't have the tools available to conventional growers. And so these advanced microbials could represent a whole lot of value for them. We think through Trusted Insights, we can actually sort through a lot of that. We've retained the services of an external technical advisor that allows us to help make some of those decisions on the front end before we even test them. So we're taking an initial cut, and then we're winnowing that down to the products we think might have a good shot at creating value, and those are the ones that we test in Trusted Insights. When we first reached out to the manufacturers, we had 3 criteria we were looking for in advanced microbials. The first one was OMRI certified without restrictions, which for those of you that farm organically, that means we can go anywhere with that treatment. Secondly, we wanted 2 years of shelf stability. So if we didn't use that hybrid year 1, we could send it back year 2 and it still works. And then the third one, it needed to go on seed. A lot of these advanced microbials are sprayed on, some of them go in furrow. We really want products that can go on the seed, and we can put it on the seed for the grower and then remove that burden for them. A great example of that, there's a product we're testing this year that a year ago when we reached out to the manufacturer, they had not considered using it in the way that we would like to use it. And through those conversations, we are now testing it, consequently pulling it into the organic market in the hopes that it can actually be a tool. Multi-location replicated trials, in short, just makes for better data, which makes for better decisions. In 2024, we had 2 locations, Iowa and Illinois. In 2025, we expanded that to 7 locations in 7 states. So now we have multiple growing environments. We have actually 2 hybrids that are in the study, and 8 different treatments. And so when you take all that data in, it allows you to make a better decision across multiple environments and actually multiple genetics as well, which is why we're looking at 2 hybrids. Farming organically is difficult, and choosing the right microbials is difficult. Canopy speed is really important to the organic grower. In fact, if you were to poll 10 organic producers today and ask them what's your number 1 challenge in growing corn, 8 of them would probably say weed control. And so by measuring canopy speed, we're trying to identify those advanced microbials that actually get that crop out of the ground and get it to canopy quicker enabling that producer to better combat weeds in their corn crop. And the best way today to measure that is actually fly it with the drone every 3 to 6 days to actually monitor the growth of these hybrids from about V2 all the way to canopy, and then ingest that data into a platform that can actually objectively measure the speed to canopy of each individual treatment across the network of research plots. You cannot do that very well with the human eye. It's just tough to do. So that's where the drone comes in. After 1 year of testing, we came away pretty excited about what we saw. It was only 2 locations, so it is limited data. But we did see a 3-day difference from the slowest treatment to the fastest treatment as pertains to speed to canopy. That's statistically significant, and so we think we can build on that. Additionally, and fortunately, the higher yielding treatments also tend to be the ones that get to canopy quicker. So we like the fact that there's a strong correlation, and it doesn't feel like we have to make a trade-off between yield and canopy speed. Again, that's based on 1 year of data.
What Brett brings is a real-world view to how do we make sure that we can bring a good biological products to our customers that are going to do a job for them and also be OMRI certified so they can be used on an organic farm.
One of the unexpected outcomes of this project is the sheer excitement that the team at Albert Lea feels about it and our dealers. And it's really been fun for me to see that. And it's important for us to do the kind of work that gets our team excited, that gets our dealers excited, so they want to go out and tell their customers about it.
It's really been a good project for us, and I think ultimately a good project for our customers.